Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Taurus, November 13, 2022. With Venus and Neptune harmonizing, you might arrive at a wonderful understanding with someone. A partner or friend's acceptance, conversation, or input feedback can help you relax. This transit encourages you to let go of tension and enjoy life's beautiful moments. There is good energy for expressing your care and concern verbally and getting a warm message across because people look for the intention behind the words and are less focused on the syntax. You're also in good shape to enjoy what you're learning, with a learning breakthrough possible. As the day advances, a Sun-Saturn square comes into influence, bringing responsibilities and obligations to mind. The need to set some limits may arise, particularly with work and daily life. You could be feeling drained physically, and daily responsibilities can be overwhelming as a result. Do your best to simplify, prioritize, and keep things real. Flaws in a current project may seem magnified, but rushing to fix them may lead to a sloppy job. However, it can be a good time for you to see problem areas that need your attention. What appears as setbacks are opportunities to make vital changes before moving forward. You may discover things you've overlooked or that there is a better method for handling a matter. Aim to take things one step at a time or rest and conserve energy rather than push things or yourself today. Get ready for pleasant and sweet cosmic energy. This is because sweet Venus, our goddess planet of attraction and beauty, is jazzing up your solar third house and is linking hands with majestic Neptune, now dancing across the sky from you in your solar seventh house of relationships. As these two celestial powers dance, romance and pleasure could be around every corner. Consider stepping out of town for a spontaneous trip with your sweetheart, or if single, circulate amongst friends and neighbors. You may find someone who dazzles your mind and ignites your heart. What do you need to address at work today? If you plan on making a comment, asking a question, or addressing a concern, then do so when Mercury in Scorpio squares Saturn in Aquarius. You have the power to turn the tides through a seemingly simple conversation. Instead of feeling afraid or doubtful of your impact, then use the square to transform your workplace. Set aside time to talk to whoever you need to clear the air with or devise a game plan with. It only takes one conversation to influence your work life. While the moon is helping to bring things together on the job and career fronts, this first visit to your career sector since the last planet left your income sector 12 days ago has a lot of untapped income potential to trigger. The dynamics of this professional year have changed over recent weeks, with the moon bringing a chance to check in and even acting as a trigger across the income, work, and career fronts. Today's aspect makes almost enough fire to light a match. Mix this in with your own feisty nature and you've got lots of energy to work with this month. Use it in the healthiest way possible, physical exercise. Excess energy needs to be expressed with the body, dance, sex, sports, etc., before it heads to the mind. Unprocessed, this energy can easily turn into anger or harsh words. Additionally, keep your intake of water at a maximum to keep balanced. Don't be surprised if you get some positive news or receive an invitation today. The essence of renewal and rejuvenation often brings the opportunity to enjoy positive experiences. Be sure to take an active part in all celebrations that you're invited to, especially those that involve family. Chances are that down the road you'd regret not attending, as staying connected to family is often pretty important to you. If something great has happened for you, why not throw your own party? What makes a friendly aspect between Venus on the communication and Neptune on the relationship front that peaks today auspicious, is that this is just the opening note for something special. It is the planets of love and dreams that are getting things started, but from tomorrow Mercury will become involved, then Jupiter and finally the Sun, all over the course of the next week. This is a massive collaboration between the communication and relationship gods, and it is just getting started. Meanwhile, the moon is providing a lot of insight and confidence on the job and career fronts today. Over the next 6 days, Venus and Mercury, the planets of love are both moving into some of their best days in your communication sector, thanks to interactions with Neptune and Jupiter in your relationship sector. This will be spread over the next 6 days, but it starts with Venus and Neptune, with the planets of love and dreams getting the ball rolling with a serious chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Our eyes in the sky. Saturn squares the Sun early this morning, and will have a greater sense of responsibility, duty, and structure. Attention will be focused on doing the most practical thing and whatever makes the most sense. Our emotional nature will ease into a more intense vibe. We could withdraw from socializing with loved ones and acquaintances. It can be harder to hold conversations under this influence, and avoiding important talks could lead to arguments. You will make a terrific new friend related to your job in some way. This valuable resource will be more important to you than you realize. This person is a little strange and awkward, but overall, he or she has valuable information that you can benefit from. What makes this a potential game changer and an opportunity for a major breakthrough for both you and your relationships is that this is the first total lunar eclipse in Taurus in 2 decades. What adds to this is the fact that the lunar eclipse peaks just as the moon aligns with Uranus, the planet of surprise, synchronicity, and the unexpected, and as the Sun and Mercury, the planet of communication, are aligned in your relationship sector. This is the right trigger at the right time. Someone you work with will unexpectedly need your help. It is not necessary for you to completely drop everything for this person, but you should indeed try to help him or her. Work together and you will reach great success. Someone will pick you up and take you under his or her wing. This extra support will be of great benefit to you now. Don't resist this assistance. This boost is the exact key that you are looking for. Together you can soar to new heights. Protect your energy if you have to at this time. Be aware of your perspective amid other opinions. During this transit, we could be more likely to sacrifice our own needs and let people push their agendas on us. Focus on yourself to avoid uncomfortable moments with others at this time. Just after midnight, the Sun squares off with Saturn in Aquarius, putting us in a heavy headspace. We feel restricted, unable to act the way we want to. While the Sun is in Scorpio, all our desires and passions come into sharp relief. Yet, Saturn reminds us that we have obligations to others. It is not always about us, and we must work to earn our keep. It can also seem as though we are up against the clock now. Deadlines or time limits provoke extra stress, and instead of rising to the task, we look for vices to distract us. We are not above creating chaos, pulling the fire alarm to get out of taking the exam, so to speak. But our duties aren't going away. If we rise to the occasion, we can exit this period with a feeling of accomplishment. If we avoid our responsibilities, they will only catch up with us at a later date. This is something that at this time of year can energize both sides of the financial fence and act as a trigger. However, both sides are so ripe with potential and support it was only ever going to take the smallest trigger, and this is the granddaddy of them all. This could have unexpected implications across the income, work, and career fronts, while a real breakthrough is possible on both sides of the financial fence. It is in the second half of the week that things will start to settle. Following this, the Gemini moon squares off with Neptune in Pisces, causing us to misread interactions and deceive ourselves. Our idealistic nature can be taken advantage of by those who sense our confusion and vulnerability. Yet, we are typically the ones who volunteer ourselves for disappointment by putting our trust in the wrong people. Exercise discernment to avoid compromising yourself.